Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing the thoughts, feelings and intentions spread, so connected to the person or situation on your mind. And as always, you'll have 3 groups to choose from, and just take a moment, clear your mind and allow your intuition to guide you, and choose group 1, 2 or 3. Hello and welcome to the reading for group 1. So, in the mind of the person, there is a feeling of uncertainty, and it seems that they are very burdened by the situation. And we see this figure standing on the edge of the ocean. This is like an emotional ocean. And they are processing how much they've taken on, how burdened they are with the situation, and they're also very much burdened with responsibility and doubt. So they may have a lot of expectation about you and this connection with you, and the horizon is far away and it's hard to read. And then perhaps they are thinking, I don't know how long I can hold all of this together. I'm not sure where all this is leading. And then with the 3 of Swords, we have a very delicate, painful place for them emotionally with this card, which is usually shown by the heart being pierced by the swords. But this is the Aquarius tarot, and we see the imagery with the moon behind clouds, and the emphasis is on loneliness and heartbreak and on inner anguish, even longing. They may feel they lost something or they regret a lot of things. So they feel separated and they don't know how to mend the situation yet. And then we have the Tower card for their intentions. So they need a kind of a breakthrough. So this is the Aquarius tarot, and the Tower looks less destructive. It's more like a cascade of light. It's like an epiphany. They are not really planning to destroy anything, but they know that the old structure cannot hold any longer, and they are leaning toward radical change. Perhaps a cleansing or a very open conversation, or maybe some kind of physical change, and they may feel it's very difficult, but they cannot building on something that is not stable. And then we have the cards from the tarot of Persephone's garden, and they carry this mythic and symbolic, even sensual quality. So the sword the Ace of Swords for their thoughts is a very, very significant symbol. It's like cutting through any illusion, and also it means a sharp boundary between life above and life below, since from the myth we know that Persephone was taken below to the world of Hades to become his wife. So she made a clear cut between 2 worlds. And so the thoughts of this person, they seem to reflect that they are trying to see clearly after a long winter. They're cutting away the confusion and they're awakening up to the clarity. And also it may mean that they are awakening to their dual role. They are losing their innocence and becoming someone more mature. And then for the feelings, we have 6 of Cups from this tarot. And then, of course, this is a very beautiful connection with Persephone's innocence and memory of childhood in her mother's garden, because she was first Demeter's daughter. This is how her story begins. So emotionally, this person may feel nostalgia for a more pure and softer time, and they may be longing for something that once was, like recalling the flowers and the innocence of Persephone before Hades took her. So they are longing for the sweetness of what was lost. Before her abduction by Hades, Persephone was depicted like wandering on the meadows and surrounded by flowers and nymphs and blossoms. So it was a very beautiful, innocent kind of situation for her. It was like a garden of innocence, and she was not touched by any shadow, by any loss. It was a protected space. It was cultivated by her mother, Demeter. She is a goddess of the harvest, and she kept her daughter in this perpetual spring. And Persephone only knew how to play. She only knew beauty and light. There was no winter and no separation. It's a kind of a heaven, or let's say a garden of Eden, where only innocence is there, and we don't know loss and separation yet. So Persephone's story is about the end of eternal childhood. She cannot stay in this garden forever. She needs to become the queen of the underworld, and for that she must lose innocence and gain depth. So she's taken by the Hades into his world, yet every spring she returns to her mother, and with her she brings childhood joy, and she is reborn in her beautiful memories. And this is so this card mirrors the way the memory and nostalgia live in us. Even after loss, we can still touch the sweetness of what once was, and this can inspire renewal. And then we have the Ace of Wands for the intentions of this person. So this is the renewal. This is the back to fertility and the spark of new life that Persephone encountered when she returned to the earth each spring. So the intentions of this person carry this same fire. So they want to breathe life into the situation. They want to bring back what was dormant. And they are going through a very deep transformation. So they want to transform winter into a new spring. And then we have the moon cards to go even deeper with with the world of the person that we are reading about. So for the thoughts, we have full moon in Leo, go wild. So the mind of this person is very bold, and they want to self-express. They may be thinking big or dramatic. They may be very passionate, and they also want to show their full self. This is a full moon in Leo, so Leo is all about self-expression, and they are a person who is very, very ambitious perhaps, and they want to shine brightly, and they don't want to apologize for who or what they are. So they may be imagining a very big life or larger than life possibilities, and they are very confident about it. And then we have another full moon for their feelings, the full moon in Sagittarius. That is about wanting to rise, about conflicts. They don't want to pay a lot of attention to details. So they want to take this higher perspective, and they really want to grow and be free and expand. And so they are not very much concerned with small concerns. They don't want to stay stuck. They have this grand vision, and they want to move forward with it. So it's very, very much a feeling of, it may be a very arrogant and rash feeling. Like, I want to go after my deepest desires, and I want to grow and expand. And they may act extremely selfish or arrogant in this way. And then as for their intentions, we have the first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. So this reflects the Tower card from the first position, from the first set of cards. So they are struggling with surrender. So they intend to let go of expectations, but still they struggle with stability. This may be a person who really needs to have all his ideas let's say, in control. They need to have their life in control. They need to be materially secure, and this is the way that they feel safe or grounded. But on the other hand, they know they should let go and stop gripping so tightly. So their intentions are to let go of things and become more flexible in the situation. However, they are fueled by their large ambition and large vision of life and themselves. So this person is in a cycle, a kind of Persephone's cycle. So they have a lot on their mind. They're very burdened with the situation. And then we have that Ace of Swords, the sharp break of fate, the descent into clarity. And then they are still longing for the innocence and the lost garden, and they are very, very much hurt by the situation that they are in. So it is very painful for them what is happening between you and them. And they long for that innocence of the childhood with the mother. They also may be going through some issues with the mother, perhaps disconnection from the mother, or they long for a mother figure that would help them heal. And they, in fact, they do want change in their lives. So their intention is to return with that new fire, to start a new spring, and also to let go of any issues that are holding them back. So this may show that they want to break free from you or the situation, or it can, in any case, it means that a new start is needed. The way the things are going cannot continue. This may mean a break with you, or a completely new connection with you. But they need to heal their heart. Their heart has been broken by loss. They may have a lot of tears to cry, and they need to gain some kind of self-confidence. They may be covering their wounds with these grand pictures of ambition, of maybe even wanting to travel, to move around, to expand their horizons. This is the way to cover deeper wounds that may be stemming from their childhood even. They may be dealing with the loss that was very deep and very, very profound. Perhaps it goes back to the past and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Or maybe the situation that you have with them is reflecting for them the loss, some previous loss, some previous, perhaps a mother wound. And they are ready to break through this cycle. They want a new start. And they want to unburden themselves and be more, let's say, optimistic and more warm, more passionate about life, about you and about themselves. And then I pulled 2 oracle cards as a guidance for you. So what is the best that you can do in this situation? And we have the look for a sign card from the Angel Answers Oracle. So you will be getting some kind of confirmation, some kind of symbolic messages, some kind of synchronicity, where you will become more clear about the situation and about what is going on. So you may not have a very clear conversation with them, but you will have these intuitive nudges and perhaps dreams or kind of realizations that will help you understand this person better. And then we have the I regret lying to you message card. So this shows some kind of hidden truth in the connection. It doesn't mean that the person was truly lying to you, but it can mean that there is a certain kind of pain that is coming from things not said or distorted, and perhaps this person is not being clear with you. They're not even clear with themselves, as it seems. So this situation demands from both of you to be clear and honest about your feelings, which this person may not be capable to do in this moment. Perhaps they are too clouded, their minds not clear enough, so you will have to rely on synchronicities, on your intuition, on some symbolic signals that you receive about the situation. So in overall, this reading speaks about a person who is broken and open by fate. Something broke this person and they descended into the depths of their pain, into the depths of their soul experience, and it's a very painful descent, but it's also necessary for rebirth. So it's a part of like destiny's story, and there is a promise of spring that is coming again. So this is what this person is going through, a very difficult descent into hell, into the depths of Hades, meeting their own pain and destruction and very deep losses that may stem from mother issues or childhood issues. And as for you, the person who is dealing with them, don't expect them to be fully honest, because they cannot be, because the clarity is coming to them, but it has not yet arrived. This person tends to cover their wounds with their own fantasies of these big ideas and achievements and ambition. So it's like a split personality, like well, it's not really the case, of course. I'm just saying they have this internal split between pain and being completely lost like a small child, and between these great ideas about themselves and great ambitions. So that's why it may look like this person is not being honest with you, but it's not that they're really intentionally lying or covering the truth. They're just not clear. So they are like lying to themselves. Well, it's not really lying. At the moment when they're experiencing a certain kind of reality that is the truth for them, but then in the next moment they experience a different kind of reality, the broken reality. So they may alternate between these two ways of behaving and thinking, and it may be very confusing for you. So be clear within yourself that you cannot really have an honest conversation just yet, because this person needs to balance themselves first. But they do want a new start and a new spring, and this is the promise that you have with this person. But of course, protect yourself, be firm, stay grounded, and observe the situation. You will become more and more clear about what do you want with them and how to handle this. So I hope this resonated. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello to those who chose group number 2. So if we look at the mind of the person that you are inquiring about, their mind is mostly on independence and stability and self-sufficiency. Perhaps they're thinking about how to stand on their own feet, as we see here the 9 of Pearls from the Aquarius Tarot, which this is of course the 9 of Pentacles, and this is all about comfort and confidence. And in relation to you, they may be admiring your independence, or perhaps they're reflecting on whether they can offer something solid to you without losing their autonomy, because number 9 is always connected with the Hermit card and also with the Sun card, because the Hermit is number 9 in the major arcana and the Sun is number 19. So, and both of these cards, the Hermit and the Sun, they both reflect this position of being very centered, living from your own center. So this person may admire you for your own position of your own centeredness, And they may see you also as someone very talented, skillful, and just simply very beautiful. And they may be concerned with how to stand on their own feet or what they can offer to you. With the Nine of Pentacles, you may seem to them as someone extremely independent, like you don't need them. So what can I even give you? Because you don't need anything. So, or how I can win you over. So there is a lot of admiration for you. And then we have the feelings card. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about fate and cycles of change. So they feel caught by you. Perhaps they may feel like fate brought you together. In any case, the Wheel of Fortune is it shows a very strong impact on their emotions, and they may be spinning and turning like a wheel, and they may feel that this connection with you is not random, but is a part of a larger pattern. Maybe you feel like fated to them, or that something bigger brought you in their life. They also may feel that they can create a lot with you, that they can change things with you, with your help. So this may also be a very kind of, let's say, not professional, but let's say constructive relationship. They feel like they can build something with you, also professionally. And of course also intimately. So you have been brought by fate, by something bigger, and it's bringing a positive change in their life. This is how they're feeling. And then as for their intentions, we have Seven of Wands. We see this like a very disturbed ocean with dark waves and with dark clouds above. So they have a need to protect themselves, and also they may need to defend what they believe in. This is the typical explanation for the Seven of Wands. So it shows that they may anticipate some challenges, or perhaps they feel they need to prove themselves to you. So also they are a person who fights for something that matters to them, and they may seem very guarded because of that, or even defensive. So how they see you and how you affect them is making them feel a little bit threatened. So they go a little bit on defensive, and they need time to adjust to this call of fate that brought you in their life. So this is not a very open kind of energy towards you. They admire you. They certainly noticed you. You certainly made a big impression, and they carry it with themselves, so it's impacted their emotional state. But they may see you as a very powerful ocean, and they need to guard themselves. So you present a certain kind of danger to them as well. Maybe it's a threat to their way of life, or maybe they feel that you are a handful, or that you have a lot to offer, a lot to give. So they need to balance that with their own offer. So you represent a challenge to this person. And then we have the Tarot of Persephone's Garden, to add some more depth to the reading. And again, for their thoughts, we have Threads of Fate, which is the Wheel of Fortune card. So another Wheel of Fortune in the reading. So this is a strong indication that their mind is truly occupied with destiny and fate, and they may feel that this connection is truly fated, or something larger than themselves. They are, and also they may feel like that you are bound together by unseen threads, like this person is holding a thread in her hands. So in Persephone's myth, because this is the Tarot of Persephone's Garden, Persephone was already, so her path was already woven by the fates. So the thread was measured, so the thread was already cut. And so they also feel, this person, that maybe they're being pulled by the thread of the fate. And they feel like perhaps this connection is meant to be, because something greater is moving us, is deciding for us. And then for the feelings card, we have 3 of coins. So the heart feels the need to grow together, to learn together. The 3 of coins is a card of mastery. So they want to build something together. This may reflect the 9 of Pentacles that we saw in the first set of cards. So there is a big value that they see in you. They want to create something together with you. They want to tend to the same garden. And so in Persephone's story, this card mirrors her gathering flowers with her companions in the meadow before she was abducted by Hades. And so this is a scene of harmony and sharing your talents, sharing your joys, sharing your innocence, but also it shows that something bigger is being created. Number 3 in tarot is all about creation and growth, since the number 3 is about 2 being joined by one element more, like mother, father, and a child. So number 3 is about growth and expansion. This person definitely wants to create something big with you, not just emotionally, also practically, or in your life, perhaps professionally or maybe artistically. So they see you as a big element in their life. And then we have the intentions, and we have 6 of Wands for their intentions. So they want to be recognized, they want to rise above any challenges. This in a way echoes the 7 of Wands position that we had in the first set. So for the intentions, we have 2 times now the fire card. So Wands are all about fire and passion and competition. So they want to be seen as someone strong, they want to succeed. And in the Persephone's myth, this reflects that when she returned from her descent to Hades, so she came back from the underground, she didn't come back as some innocent girl, she came back as a queen of the underworld. She was crowned with new dignity. So this is what 6 of Wands reflects here, this triumph after trial, after winter, after being held in the underground. So this person wants your story to be a story of triumph. They need or want someone that they can show up with as this excellent, victorious person. They really care about their image even, and they also want to show that they have achieved a lot. So here they are someone who looks for a very sophisticated partner, for someone who wants to be joined with someone who is also very creative and triumphant. So they long for a union of creation, a union of being excellent. And this is what they want to show to you, and this is also what they expect from you. And then I added the moon card to give even some more depth and layer to the reading. And the thoughts, for their thoughts we have new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. So this is a very dreamy, spiritual kind of world. They're seeking higher guidance, and this may go really well together with this fated sensation of the Wheel of Fortune. So again, we have this divine moment, something higher connecting you. So they may be trying to understand things, not just mentally, but through inner vision. And also they are learning to trust this bigger picture. it is also means that they may be just letting the relationship develop on their own. So they see this big picture, but on the other hand, they are just allowing the picture to be, which can mean they are like drifting a little and not engaging that much. They're just letting the fate and the divine decide what is best for them and for you. And as for the feelings, we have the new moon in Cancer, relax. So they are very protective and tender towards you. They really, really care deeply about you. And also they feel safe with you. They feel they can relax with you despite you presenting a challenge for them. They see you as a kind of way to nurture themselves, and they have this receptive energy towards you, and also they don't want to push too hard. So this person may be extremely ambitious, extremely successful, someone who wants an excellent partner and who wants to prove themselves and show themselves, but on the other hand, deep down they need care and gentleness and being understood and understanding the other. And then for the intentions card, we have the last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to details. So they maybe want to move step by step, and also they may be very much concerned with making any mistakes. So they don't want to make any faux pas. So they don't want to rush things. So they may be someone who is extremely creative and who has achieved a lot in their lives, but emotionally they are quite laid back. They are in this surrender mode, and they are very cautious when it comes to making any moves. So they may be a very spiritual, intuitive person, and they trust the signs from the universe. And on the other hand, they just want to be safe and relaxed, and they are a person who is very grounded and practical. So you represent a challenge. Maybe you feel like if they make any different or dangerous or step which is not so maybe reflecting their success, or perhaps showing how capable they are, they may feel that you won't accept them. Because deep down, this person just wants to relax and be nurtured and nurture the other. They may be a very nurturing person, but there is this whole facade of a successful and intelligent kind of human. And also they see you in this way, or they may feel that you see them in this way. So deep down, they are very cautious and very, very emotionally fragile, in fact, even though on the surface they may appear as strong. And then I pulled 2 cards for your guidance, like an advice for you. And we have the No card from Angel Answers Oracle. And this doesn't mean rejection, but it's telling you that what you hope for or what you want right now is on pause. Maybe you are receiving a no from this person. Maybe you feel like they are rejecting you or not acting on this connection, not making any steps towards you. But then we have, you speak to me through music. Perhaps you are connected through music. Perhaps you create something. What this shows that you may have an artistic connection, or maybe you are creating some kind of project, and this is how you connect. And so the guidance for you is to understand and see why you are receiving a no from this person in this moment. So right now the connection is not moving into the direction you want it to go, And instead you should listen for signs in some subtle ways, perhaps through music literally, or through your own intuition. And so the connection is not gone, the connection is there, but now it's not meant to move in a certain direction. So first you need to connect through creative and perhaps even spiritual channels, and honor this connection, and honor this know that it's a kind of safe boundary for both of you. So this person sees you, and you may see them in a very high regard, but they are not emotionally open so easily, in fact. So now where they feel safe with you is through creativity, perhaps literally through music. This is how your connection can grow in this moment, and it doesn't seem to move in any kind of different direction for now. This may be frustrating for you because the connection seems fated, and there is a growth indicated, and there is a lot of admiration that you have from this person and that you also have for them, but they are not now. There is a kind of stillness between you two, a kind of no, and it requires patience, and also it requires creative connection. So for now you're only connecting with this person through your talents, your gifts, perhaps professionally. If there is any desire for a romantic connection, it is not time for it just yet, because this person emotionally needs to be very, very careful and practical. And also they have this mind that allows them to drift and dream and just surrender to whatever comes. So we don't see them acting just yet on their feeling, but they do feel extremely nurtured, very connected, deeply bound, and very relaxed and joyful with you. At the same time, they feel a little bit threatened, and you feel like a big bite for them to bite into. So you are someone extremely charismatic for them. But this is not yet aligned with what they long for internally. So internally they may just long for, relaxed and joy and just be. So for now, let this connection grow on professional, creative, artistic terms, and let energies guide you perhaps in a new direction later on. I hope this made sense. Take care, and I will see you in the next reading. So hello to those who chose group number 3. So for the thoughts of the person you're inquiring about, we have Ace of Wands from the Aquarius Tarot, and we have this beautiful white pinkish rose popping out from the sky. So the mind of this person is filled with desire, with spark. They have this longing to have a great passion with you, and they are thinking about action, about igniting something new. It may also be about some creative project, creating something with you. So this is not just about passion and desire, it's also about inspiration. So they feel inspired by you or by something that you are offering to them, and so the spark is certainly there. And then for the feelings, we have the Empress card. So they feel drawn to beauty and nurture and abundance. This is the Venus card. So if you are female, they are certainly admiring you as a woman. Also, they have very tender and soft feelings towards you. The Empress may in some cases feel or mean that you represent this wife material to them. Also, you may be reflecting, like you are coinciding with the archetype of a woman that they carry within themselves. So you are a woman that touches something very deep inside of them. The archetype or idea of a woman they have imprinted on their mind. So you reflect that back to them. And also, of course, they feel very protective and affectionate about you, and extremely drawn in. So a lot of passion and desire, and a lot of inspiration to create something different, something new with you. And then we have the Knight of Swords as their intention. So first of all, the Knight of Swords can be someone who moves very quickly, who is very bold, and also this can mean that they want to tell you something, they want to speak their mind, they want to pursue you, or perhaps they even feel, in some instances, they feel provoked by you. Well, we see the knight usually is someone who fights for their lady. So you may be this knight's lady, the empress for them, whatever the case with your genders. We are reading this as archetypal energy. So, it should be said that the knight usually didn't get the lady, because the lady was married to the emperor, and the knight was just longing for her. This is the point of being the knight. The knights were singing songs to the ladies, but they were not truly conquering the lady. So there may be a certain distance between you two. Maybe they feel they need to fight for you, or maybe they feel you are evasive, or maybe too much in your own world, maybe unattainable, and this may even anger them. And with the Empress card, you may be a very strong woman with their own mind, with her own mind, her own desires, calling the shots even, and this may provoke some kind of frustration in them as well. And then we have the Tarot of Persephone's Garden to add another layer to the reading. And for the thoughts, we have the Judgment card. So they're definitely awakening to something. This goes great with the Ace of Wands. So the Judgment card is about a higher call. It's about answering to some truth that cannot be ignored. And also the Judgment card is about resurrection. So we are being called to rise up from the dead. So you are wakening up something in them that was buried for a long time or hidden. And you are making them evaluate the position, their own position, and their life in general. And then we have the Star for the Feelings, which again is a very, very strong card about renewal and healing. And it shows a female figure that can be in a way related to the Empress card, where the Empress card is more of an earthy woman, very sensual, very embodied. Well, the Star is like more of an astral kind of figure. Well, she is the star, so she is on the astral realm. So this shows a fantasy, a promise, a vision of beauty which is beyond this world. So you make them feel like they have a new vision or a new life with you, and you are giving them hope. You're like the light that will follow the darkness, and they have a lot of belief and high hopes for you, and also you provoke a very deep healing in this person. And for the intentions, we have the Solitude card, the Hermit card. So they intend to withdraw, to reflect, and it seems like a contrast with the Knight of Swords, who can be very quick and very bold. So the Hermit now is like an opposite in a way, going within to find clarity. But in fact, they are not so different in this case, because as I said before, the knight didn't get the lady usually. It was not something common for the knight to marry the empress. So this person may feel like you are this big hope, like this ethereal creature, which is beyond their scope. And they may withdraw and think and ponder. And in the Persephone myth, this was like her time in the underworld, when she was taken by Hades, and she was sitting there and absorbing wisdom. She was no longer the maiden, she was becoming queen, but she had to go through solitude to gain depth and authority. So this person is going through some inner growth and inner seeking with regards to your connection, and they don't feel capable of truly acting on this connection just yet. And then I added some moon cards for more depth, and we have last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up for their thoughts. So they are seeking a kind of release from heaviness, so they need to embrace courage and playfulness and joy. So this may be a person who is too bound by duty or fear, and so she needs to this moon needs to gather again the courage to enter this delight, to be innocent, to play, and to see life as something bright and joyful. So you may be reflecting, something very deep for this person, waking up some deep emotions and challenges that they are not even aware of. Since we had the judgment card for their thoughts in the previous set, they may be a judgmental person. They may be overthinking. They may be going through mind circles a lot, because judgment can sometimes simply mean judgment. So they are reflecting and pondering on this situation a lot, and they may be a person who is prone to darkness and stillness, and they may be like a hermit in a way. Sometimes people are this way because they made some vows or promises even in past lives, and now they need to wake up and let go perhaps of some let's say constrictions that they had imposed on themselves, maybe in this life or even in past lives. With the judgment card, this is a Pluto card, we can always have some deep emotions and thoughts and patterns rising their heads up, and they may come from this life or past life. So you are provoking this person in a very deep way, a person who is very thoughtful, who is very profound, but can be also bitter and prone to negativity, or perhaps too heavy. So with the moon in Leo, with the quarter moon, this is the moon who just began her path, they need to find their joy again and trust in life, in love, in beauty. And as for their feelings, we have full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. So they have a very restless heart. They want to act, but they are careful. They don't want to be in haste. Virgo is a very practical and very, very, even let's say fearful energy. It's a very kind of pure energy. So they want to be of service. Perhaps they want to do things for you. They will show the affection by helping you, by caring for you, by perhaps doing things for you. And this is also about emotions that need to heal, because Virgo is about healing. And so you, as this star and Empress archetype that you are reflecting for them, you are helping them heal emotionally. This can also be reflected on the body. Perhaps this person has some body or physical issues, because if they don't heal their emotions, they can manifest the symptoms somatically on their body. So this person may not be ready to make some big romantic gestures towards you, but they will show their affection through devotion and service and acts of kindness. And then we have their intentions, the last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more, another kind of hermit energy. So they are choosing depth over noise, silence over words or explanations. And also this is a very sensitive energy, the Pisces card. And with the last quarter, it is going towards the concluding the cycle. And this also reflects the Persephone's time in the underworld, where she could only rely on her feelings and intuition. And this is all about feeling, remaining in your own feelings and being buried deep below the waters of the ocean. So this person is not prone to big gestures and big words in this moment regarding your connection. They need to learn and grow before they are ready to act on this. So they may be very attractive in this way. Perhaps they have this kind of silent Pisces energy, perhaps, and they may feel as maybe mysterious, or somebody you cannot really discern what they are thinking, what they are feeling. So they are not going to rush, even though they may sometimes provoke you with that Knight of Swords. Maybe they act even angrily sometimes, or they challenge you with some actions, but it's all about going more deeply into their own feeling nature and grow and mature to be able to handle a mature connection. So you make them think, you make them evaluate, and this is why perhaps they may withdraw at times or disappear, or maybe they just come with some rash actions, some rash words, and then they disappear again, because they need to be in their own waters of stillness, of emotions, of depth. And for your guidance, for the advice for you, we have Opportunity card and I hide behind material things card. So yeah, this also shows hiding very clearly. So this person is hiding. Perhaps they are, as this card literally suggests, both of them, opportunity and the other message, they suggest that this person may be well off materially, or they may offer material things to you, gestures of kindness or gestures of abundance. Perhaps they want to buy you something, or maybe take you somewhere. This is how they in fact are able to share anything emotionally. And for you, it's very important to recognize that there is something deeper beneath that there is a true connection there, but this person is not ready yet to claim it on any other level than just perhaps superficial or material level. So you need to see beyond appearances in this connection, and see that all that these things that person is doing is not truly what they want to show you. And there is a door opening for you, but before you see something very authentic or vulnerable and something more aligned to your own soul, it may take time with this person. So perhaps you have a passionate connection. There may be creativity between you. There may be a lot of drive between you two. And there is a spark of this new beginning, as we saw in the Ace of Wands. A lot of imagining what could happen, what could be ignited between you two. There is a lot of warm feelings, a lot of affection. But the Knight of Swords, combined with all this Hermit and Pisces energy, shows that this is a person who may act on the surface, make some gestures, even grand gestures, but then they may be withdrawing. Maybe then they just disappear, and then you feel like, what is going on? A lot of this. At first they offered so much, and then they just went away. This because this person is only learning how to truly connect with someone. And everything they know is about gestures. They don't know anything yet about showing their own deeper feelings. That is just not the way they act in this moment. They need more time to heal that. And they may remain so. This may be a person who will show affection with gifts and gestures. And then they will need time to withdraw, think, recuperate, evaluate. But it doesn't mean that they forgot you, or that you are no longer their queen, their empress, their star. You remain their star, but they need this cycle of withdrawal. So this is a kind of connection that you have with this person, as it seems, and the guidance for you is to see beyond these outside circumstances, gestures, or behavior. They really care deeply about you, and you represent a great light of hope and healing for them, and you are answering their deepest archetypal needs about connection and love. And that's why even they need to balance that with solitude and self-reflection. Sometimes the deeper some person touches us, the more we need to withdraw from them. This is the cycle of life in some cases. Until at least they grow stronger and are able to carry both simultaneously. But it may take a while with this person. So I wish you good luck. Enjoy the connection. Don't fear the feelings of isolation that may come up. And see you in the next reading.